Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So, this will be my last video with the Dainty Flowers DSP. Sorry, everybody. This is a long video. But just some information. Just the reason why it's going to be the last now is because I got my paper pumpkin. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have a lot of things to do with this. This is a gift set. So I have a gift bag, a card, a sketch pad, a pen, a bookmark, a candy tin, or you can put paper clips in it if it's an office worker you're giving it to. I'm going to bring in the Wildflower Path Retired because I love the sentiment, do not go where the path may lead, instead go where there is no path and leave a trail. We're going to also use the thank you from that one. Now, if you don't have this and you want to, I already showed how you can use the dragonfly garden. That would also work with this. I just wanted to change it up and show you some variations. So I'm also using the Brilliant Wings dies. The butterflies, and you'll see I have lots of those, and I'm going to show you how I created my butterflies. So this is the stamp, the stamp set I'm going to use because of the sentiment. My heart is smiling because of you. I'm even going to use that one on the inside. I need to get that out. I'm going to use thank you. You could change it up to make it happy birthday. So let me see. I do need another stamp block because I want to add that sentiment. We'll just lay it there for now. I'll redo it in a minute. So let's get started. We are going to start with the card first. So I'm going to go over, as we do the project, I'm going to go over everything. So I used the layering circle dies. I'm not showing those. They're in my case down there. I don't have them in the Stampin'Up envelope. I wish I would have kept them, but I wasn't demonstrating at the time that I purchased them, and I put them in this file thing, and I really don't like it. So I wanted to first, let's go over everything we're going to need for this card. Take a deep breath and relax. So for the inside of the card, let me show you because I didn't put these measurements down. I have a sheet of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I have this 1-inch strip of DSP hanging around. So I split it into 2 1/2-inch strips, and we're going to glue those top and bottom. So that we're going to do in just a second. So we have my beautiful butterfly, and I love how this came out. All of them are just beautiful. So we have, I have all of my measurements. This is DSP number 3. Layer number 3. This is a 1 by 3-inch piece. The coordinating piece of cardstock, I chose to use this piece because it goes with, it's from the DSP, but you can use basic white. 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/8. Now to do this, all I did is I took my very largest of the scallop circle dies and I laid my strip inside of it, and I ran it through my die cutting machine, and I just wanted this edge to mimic the edges of the circle. So I'm going to set my die aside for the moment. So there's those pieces. Now let's move to our layering circle. So circle number 1, and I always start the closest to the card base, by the way. This is, can you guys see this? This is a 3 1/4-inch circle in Mossy Meadow. My next cardstock piece circle is 2 3/4 inch, and that is in crushed curry. And then my third layering circle is a 2 1/2-inch circle in rich razzleberry, and then I have a DSP circle that is 2 1/2 inches. So I used the scallop one on that, the layering circles on those. This is the layering scallop. So there's my circles. And I was thinking of doing card sketch, and I thought, no, I can do this myself. I can do this. And I did, and I'm very happy with how this has come out. So we're going on to layering piece number 2. So layering piece number 2 in cardstock is 1.5 by 4.25. Our DSP to go on that is 1.25 by 4, and I did that on purpose just to give it some more visual interest. And then our card base is Rich Razzleberry, and that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Layering piece number 1, 4 by 5.25, and that's in crushed curry. DSP is 3 3/4 by 5. This in itself makes a stunning card. I just wanted to do a few things, and let's move my instructions out of the way and get this party started. I need my glue bottle. And I'm warming it up here because it's freezing. So let's start layering our crushed curry onto our rich razzleberry. And these are just very basic layering pieces. So our card base, the rich razzleberry, and then we have 4 by 5.25 in crushed curry. That makes our DSP 3 3/4 by 5. Very basic card layers. This would be your coordinating colored cardstock. And there we have it. And this in itself is just stunning. So next we're going to come in with our layering pieces number 2, which is our Mossy Meadow, which is one of the colors in the DSP. And that is, once again, 1.5 by 4.5. And our piece of DSP is just 1.25 by 4.5 because I wanted it to go top and bottom. Oops. When it's center, it would help if it's centered. Yes. Okay. On this piece, we are going to add a piece of that Mossy Meadow ribbon, and I'm going to tie a few knots in it. So I'm going to roughly get a soft knot going there. Maybe, do I do one? I thought I would do a couple. Let me see this for a moment. I want to make sure I put it in the right spot so you can see how this is going to come into being. You know what? We really don't need to add a knot in it at all. We will undo the knot. It's just going to get in the way of our gorgeous butterfly. So I'm going to take this piece. I have 11 inches. You do not need that much, but you could. So let's go ahead and use it. I'm going to wrap it around and use my friend, the handy dandy Scotch tape buddy, to hold my ends in place. And as this is a gift and is not going in the mail, I'm not going to mind about the bulk of this card because it's going to be a showstopper, the whole gift set. See that? Just 1/4 of an inch in. And this is going up on dimensionals. So, one there. These dimensionals have been sticking. These are from a paper pumpkin. I want one. I might have to do a mini on that side. I think we will. So let's grab some of these wee little ones to put along the side so they are not in the way. Now, I do have a question for all of you out there in YouTube land who watch. I don't offer classes. I'm not sure anybody is really interested in that. If I did, I would limit, because I've had some people ask me, are you going to do online classes? I'm like, not sure. So if I have an interest of 10 people to do an online class once a month, I will do so. If I don't have an interest of at least 10 people, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to keep just doing what I'm doing because I enjoy what I do so much. But my classes would consist of 3 cards, and I would cut and prep cardstock and instructions. And believe it or not, those demonstrators who do those, that is a lot of work in those. I know from doing in-person classes that it is just so much work. So we're going to start doing our layering circles, and these are all going to get glued down straight to each other. So if you would be interested, I mean, I would like to make it fun. It would be a live class on YouTube. I would send you the card products and embellishments, and then I think it would be fun because I do this in my in-person classes. I have a door prize, so that door prize, of course, would be online, and you could retrieve it. And I thought, well, I could give away stamp sets with dies bundles that I have, or if you'd be interested in new product, that's too. But I thought, why not? Just trying to get this right where I want it. I think this should have been over a little bit more, but this is going to still work out. So we only need dimensionals on the right side. When you flip it over, it just needs to be on the right side, because this side is going to get glued down. So we're going to add 3 in here, if I can get this dimensional to come off the paper. So if you would be interested in a once a month online class, I wouldn't do it any more than that, because it takes, like I said, time to prep. And I don't want to do like the same card like 3 times. I would like to do with the same stamp set, but 3 different cards. One would be a fun fold. The other would be, one would be a basic. So it would be basically 3 levels of card making. Beginner, what do they call it? Beginner, avid, and beginner something, and avid, or whatever. So beginner, medium, and someone who's experienced. So you get 3 levels of card making. So if you are interested, let me know. Like I said, if I don't have an interest of at least 10 people, I'm not going to do that. So here we go with, we're going to add some rhinestones. This is our next element, which goes here, but we need to stamp, and this is going to be thank you. And I'm not even going to bother getting out my Stampin' Pierce mat, because this is just really quick and easy. Thank you. Oh, gorgeous. We need to like give this a second. Blow on it. It's a really juicy pad, and I don't want to smear the ink. So put some ink on there. I mean, trying to grow your business, yes, but business is not what this channel is about, and I don't ever want anybody who's watching it to think that's what it's about. I want to share my love of paper crafting with the rest of the community, and that is my sole focus, and I want to make sure I keep it there. So like I said, it's just putting some feelers out there and seeing if anybody would be interested. Like I said, I would need at least 10 people to, I think, make it worth doing. And there's so many other demonstrators out there offering that you know, I'm not sure that anybody would need my help. So anyways, there is our butterfly. Like I said, we're going to add some rhinestones. I really want these flowers to showcase. I think we'll move the butterfly up here. And do I want my butterfly up on dimensionals? Yes, I actually do. No, do I? No, yes, no, no. Okay, butterfly is going down, straight down. I just need to get my handy dandy needle out of my little magnetic dish here. And we're going to add these wonderful glue dots from Paper Pumpkin. Thank you so much. Let's see, we're going to add one there. Yeah, I'm doing a little overkill on those, but that's okay. remove the little coverings. Maybe. It helps when you have nails, and I clean so much in my house that I don't have nails. So there we go. So you see how gorgeous our card is coming together. Now we're going to go ahead and stamp the inside of our card. And I am going to bring the Stampin' Pierce mat in here just because I want it to be nicely done. My heart is smiling because of you. I wish this one would make a comeback in the catalog as one of my very, very favorites. I love this. Oh, so good. Ah, yes. Okay, so I'm going to set my ink pad aside because we're not done with it yet. And I'm going to bring in my little strips. And I want to make sure that I do the top on the top and the bottom on the bottom from how I cut it. We're just going to add a bead of glue across the top. And the reason why I left it hanging over the side is I wanted to position that flower. So a bead of glue down here, squiggly little bead of glue. And there we have it. And then we're going to snip it off. I need to place an order today. I really need to get me a new pair of snips. Oh, I can't believe I lost mine. My good ones, that is. When I do in-person classes, all the cutting and prep work is done for them, so they don't I don't have to have tons of scissors and all that stuff. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay, so let's get this glued down now. X marks the spots. I don't know if I've told you all the cute little story of my grandson. This was about, oh wow, it's been 4 or 5 years ago. He is 9 now, so yeah. He was much younger. But we had this little rescue dog that was beaten up in the neighborhood, and my son brought her home to us one day when he was here. He was driving around, and he's like, I found this dog. You need to find its owner. Oh, just a minute. Let me show you how gorgeous this is. It is stunning. Let's finish off the flower. Anyways, so we had this little dog. She had to have emergency eye surgery. One of her eyes were bulging, so we ended up keeping her. We called her Little Pika because she was a one-eyed little dog, and her other eye, she went blind. She used to fall off the ledge in the backyard. We had to do a little garden fencing on it just so she could bump her way back into the house. But anyways, when she passed away, my husband was burying her in what my family calls my pet cemetery. Okay, I'm getting an envelope for this card, and because we're gonna finish it off with some DSP. So he's burying it, and my grandson's asking, you know, what's going to happen to her and everything. And I told them, well, the angels are going to come down tonight from heaven, and they're going to take little Pika to live with the rest of, you know, our family pack up in heaven. And he goes and he gets a stick, and on top of her little grave, he puts a big X. And he's like, X marks the spot so the angels know right where to get her. Oh, he cracks me up. Love that little guy so much. So this is just a strip of DSP that I had literally just sitting here. And I think we're going to trim this piece down and add a piece. I think we're just going to, I think we're going to fussy cut it. I wish I had my good snips. Extra do not. Those are not the ones I want. Yeah, these are my super old bumblebee scissors. So we are going to fussy cut this. I just want to come around here. Anyway, so whenever I see an X, I think of that little kid. Now, this was like 2 years later. I caught him out in the backyard digging over her grave site. And I'm like, what on earth are you doing? And he tells me, very straight-faced, I am checking to make sure the angels took her. Like, oh, good breathe kid. The kid gets into so much. He makes my life so interesting, the stuff that he can get into and the tales he can tell, because he fishes with my husband. And you know, fishermen, they love to tell tall tales. So, and they come home with some whoppers of stories. Like they met Bigfoot in the wood, and they come up with all kinds of stuff. Ooh, that came out pretty, and I really, really like that. So that's our envelope to go with our gorgeous card. Ugh, I almost need just to order to see if I can get some more of this DSP and make more things with it, but I still have so much. So project number 1 is our card, and our card, oh, it's not finished. We need the bling. I put it up here. So I'm going to show you here in a second how I made. I'm going to use the garden gems. I know they're retired, but I have some. They were on the clearance rack. You should see if they still are. These are great for the butterflies and for the dragonflies. I love using them. And I understand that Stampin' Up! Has to, you know, bring new things in, but they don't have any marquee cut. I'm going to stick this one in the center of the butterfly. Trying to lift up this little one down here. Oh, so pretty. I don't even need any gems over there. Okay, so that is done. I'm going to move my rhinestones. So project number 1 is done. We're going to move on to showing you how I made my gorgeous butterflies. I can bring another one in to show you because we have plenty. So I have some pearlescent paper here, right there. You can see it shimmering. That's what we're going to glue our butterfly down to. Now I started with a butterfly. I need a sip. Sorry, my mouth is really dry. I started with a piece of fresh freesia. I ran the whole lot of butterflies through it, through on a piece of fresh freesia, and I got this fresh freesia. I was like, ugh, don't like that. So I decided I'm not going to waste those. I'm going to change them up. So I brought in my blends, and this is the light, and I started with the light, and I very loosely, and I do mean this, I was very like not trying to be super careful like it's going on now. I'm just brushing over the fresh freesia with the rich raspberry blend. And I am just changing it, and that fresh freesia underneath really helps with the color. And had I had known that when I was started, I would have probably done the same thing, but I'm just telling you from experience with coloring things with blends when they're white. Sometimes I needed to go over them a couple of times, but having that fresh freesia base, I didn't need to. So then I came in with my dark, and in these more solid areas of the butterfly, I simply colored them in roughly. And I just chose areas to do. And I chose, of course, to do the body of the butterfly. And I did this with the dragonfly. I chose areas to do. So next I'm going to choose all of this, all of that area, this down here. And it gives it a gorgeous, I think, effect on the butterflies. So there is my next butterfly, and I'm going to show you how I have these clips from the dollar store. I need to buy more. I use these all the time for gluing things together. The pearlescent paper can be a bit difficult, just like vellum. Sometimes it just needs time to set up on something. So I just put glue in certain areas wherever there was more space for the glue, and just, I love these little glue bottles for that reason. And I want a little bit in there. So now I'm going to take my butterfly. I'm going to stick it on its pearlescence paper. And then I clip at least a couple of sides with it, and I give it a good pushing down, and I'm going to set that aside and let it sit up while we are doing the rest of our project. So that is how I made our butterflies, our large butterflies. Now I'm going to show you how I made these wee little butterflies, and I started again with the fresh freesia, and I took the light rich raspberry, laid down a coating on there, and this time I am bringing in, I'm going to set my blends aside because we're going to be done with those, this rich raspberry Stampin' Up marker, and I took this and I just took the cap and I added some specks to it, and that's all there is to those little butterflies. So now you know how to make my little butterflies. Let's move on to, let's do the candy tin. Now you can do several things. If you're doing this for an office worker, I would, let me see, I would throw in some paper clips. These are all my old paper clips that I use on things, but they're great. You could throw a magnet in there, whatever you want to do. For this purpose, I'm adding candies. Sorry about my arm there. I just had some candies here. Put those in our tin. And we have a whole bunch of circles. Okay, a whole bunch. So let me move that down here. I did not do this on my instructions, so I'm just going to show you right here on the grid. This is 2 3/4 in cardstock. This one is 2 1/4 in DSP. Then we have a 2-inch cardstock piece in, okay, Mossy Meadow, Rich Raspberry. Crushed Curry is 1 3/4. And this is about 1 1/2 inch circle. We are going to layer all of these together real quick. So Mossy Meadow DSP circle. I did the card first in case you weren't interested in the other projects I'm making. You got to see the card right offhand. But I hope you all stay with me for the duration of the video. So Rich Raspberry. Next is that Crushed Curry. And all of these colors that I've chosen, of course, are from the colors of the DSP. And here is our wee little circle. Now, before we go any further with this, we're going to bring that Wink of Stella in and do a little bit on all of the little flowers. Make it sparkle and shine. And we need tear tape. We could. I really want tear tape. And by the way, thank you, Miss Gloria, for telling me about the red liner tape. I remember we used to, Stampin' Up used to sell that years ago. I haven't had any in a long time. I'll have to go up at Line and get some because I just don't have any. All I have is score tape. But yes, red liner tape is strong stuff. Love it. Have forgotten about it. By the way, if any of you know Miss Gloria Wolf, her birthday is tomorrow. And I can say that because I'm loading this video up after I'm done with it. So happy birthday, Gloria. Your card won't get there, they said, until Monday, which is absolutely kind of crazy. But so there is the cover to my candy tin. And of course I did those little butterflies. So we're going to add, let's see, that one's not quite dry and I want it to look. So I'm going to take my bone folder, give my little butterfly wings a little curling, and oh, so cute. Just needed that little bit. I'm going to actually put him off over here and put him up on a dimensional. And yeah, we're going to give him a rhinestone body. Of course we are. He needs it. He deserves it. So there's our wee little butterfly. Let me grab those garden gems again. Wow. Just so gorgeous. Oh. So just the little tin to go with our gift set we are making. So we're going to set our tin aside. All right. Next, let's see what's on my instructions sheet. Because I know I did not do sketch pad, post-it note, sketch pad. I didn't do the tin because it's just the circles. So let's move on to our post-it pad. Let me move these aside. So I have everything here. So let's see if I can go over all of these pieces with you. So post-it pad. First of all, my post-it pad is 2.5 by 3. I got it at the dollar store. It came with 2 of them. Our cardstock piece in Mossy Meadow is 2.5 by 6 and 4/16. I scored it at 3 and 3 4/16. Next piece of cardstock is Rich Razzleberry, and that's 2.5 by 2 3/4. And then I have a piece of DSP, which I did not write DSP down here. Where is my pencil? There it is. You'd think I'd have a whole bunch, but I don't. I have one pencil on my desk. So my pencil, this is DSP, is 2 1/8 by 2 5/8. And then I used the decorative circle punch for a piece of Mossy Meadow. I used a 1 3/4 inch circle punch for a circle. I used a very old scallop scallop die just to use up some scraps. And then I use, this must be the punches also. So yes, 1 3/8 inch in crushed curry, and that leaves my DSP a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. So let's glue these together. So we're going to start the DSP to the Rich Razzleberry piece. And all of these are just from, you know, I had these scrap pieces laying around, so I was trying to figure out how to get the most out of all of my cardstock. So for our post-it, let's move on to that. For our post-it, you can see it goes just like that. We're going to use score tape. We're going to pick a piece of score tape here and score tape on the back. So 1, 2, and I'm actually going to put score tape on the card stock. I'm going to go over them all with the bone folder. And my handy dandy needle here. So I'm going to start by situating it in the center and then folding it over, and there you have it. And this piece is going to get glued down now, all right, on top of our little post-it note. So pretty even just like that, but I wanted to add all of these layers because I was using up stuff. So start with our circles, layer those up. Next is that old scallop circle that Stampin' Up! Used to have. Same piece of DSP. Then the crushed curry for that pop of color. Oops. Might help if I keep it in my fingers, but my fingers are so cold. So there we have it. Now we have, let me check my butterflies. 1, 2, which butterflies go where? That one gets, this one gets little butterflies. So. And it has the perfect spot for a wee little butterfly right here. Gonna do its little wings. Thumb in the edge of your bone folder. I need to get some more bone folders, that's for sure. And dimensionals, where did those run off to? Yikes, come on. So pretty. And we need a gemstone for our little butterfly. Let's see, let's do, I'm wondering if this is going to be too large for his little body, but nope, that will work. Yay, because I love these on the butterflies and the dragonflies. Wow. Okay, so project 1, 2, 3. Project number 3 is done. Setting that way aside. Now, what project shall we do next? So we did our post-it pad. We can do our pen. Let's see. And I don't have. I'm going to. This is for the pen. I got a package of these 3s, and this is a cardboard tube on this pen, which is great for decorating. So it's this piece here, the piece of DSP, I changed it a little bit from the last one. I did a 1.5 inch strip by 4, and I wanted to try this. I thought of this a little too late last time. So I am going to roll it, start rolling it on this pencil first. If I had a bigger pencil, I'd use it. But I'm just going to give it a start with, roll it that way. I'm going to then take it from the other side here and start like so. Cover a pencil, you could do so much. So it's got that barrel started for us, and we are going to stick with the wet glue, and we're going to stick it on the pen to start, and I want to get it right underneath there. I'm not going to do the whole pen like I did last time. That was a bit of a mess. Make sure you get your DSP going the right way. All right. So I'm happy with that. Going to add some glue over here at this end. As it is so cold, I need to give it a second to set up on this. I guess I could have tried some score tape on there. Should I add some score tape? It's starting to stick. What am I doing? Okay, I have some 1/8 of an inch score tape. Let's try Miss Gloria's idea, except I don't have the red liner tape. No, it's stuck now. So we'll just add it. Trying to get it up underneath there is where I want a piece of this to go. There. Now let's use our bone folder and add that down to our pen. Okay, that will get it started. I'm still going to add glue on the barrel just because I want to make sure it is not loose. And then I'm going to add some more score tape. That did work well on the very edge of this piece. Maybe. My fingers are so cold, they're hard to hold on to anything. Would have been easier to add it to the paper before I started. That will work. Can't get the cover off of the paper. Okay, so now we can roll. The song just came in my head by Florida Georgia Line. This is how we roll. This is how we roll the paper. That's not what they're singing about. But anyways, there's our beautiful covered pen. And that did work a lot better than the last one. So thank you, Gloria, for the idea, even though I didn't have the red liner tape. I'm very happy with how that came out. So our pen is now done. So we've done the pen. Those are the layering circle punches. This is the card base, the post-it pad. The sketch pad is next. So let's go over this sketch pad. Now I'm going to show you my old one. I use this so much. You have no idea how much I've used it, but I have learned from how I did this. We are not, and I do repeat, not going to secure our flap to this piece here. It just doesn't work. But we can cover this with a piece of DSP if we choose, or cardstock. It's up to you. But let's go over what you're going to need. So you're going to need a sketch pad. This happens to be a 4x6 piece. Our cardstock is 4 by 8.5, scored at 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. Then we have our rich raspberry layer, which is 3.5 by 5.5. This then brings in our DSP, which is 3 1/8 by 5. This in itself is beautiful. However, I had these ovals and I fussy cut one of these ovals to make an element on it. And this is what we're going to stamp on, and we have a butterfly. So let's go ahead and glue our layering pieces together. We're going to add a bit of, no, we're not. I'm like, we're going to add some ribbon to it, but I don't think we need to. We'll have to check that out in a minute. We're going to add some dimension to it. You can hear my little dog snoring in the background. She is directly in front of the heater. I mean, like, not even a half an inch from the heater. She's a Chihuahua. She loves the heat. She loves summer. So this piece is going to go right there. And then we're going to, there must be something stuck in my glue bottle, because it's getting kind of hard to push. Sometimes a goober gets stuck in there. And it gets a little bit hard to squeeze out the glue. And there must be a really, come on. I'm going to have to break out my bottle of Tombow here in a second for larger things. So there's this. Now let's take a look. This is what we're going to stamp on. And really there's no need for any ribbon on there. So let's go ahead and stamp. I'm not going to bring out Stampin' Pierce mat, but you already know we are going to use the large sentiment. Do not go where the path may lead. I think it just suits this, the wildflowers. I'm going to stand up because I have an idea of where I want to situate this. And I'm using that on here. And that's a go. Very, very pretty. Gorgeous. And the darkness of the rich raspberry makes it to where you don't need it to be. Oh, just love it. cannot tell you guys enough how much I love this. This is going to get glued straight down. So because of all the little curvy ends here, I am going to go along the sides, making sure all of them get a little dab. I do not know what's stuck in the nozzle of my glue, but it's really bugging me. I mean, I can force stuff out of there, but it's not coming out like it normally does. Yep, I'm done playing with it. I will have to take it in and wash it out. So let's see. Much easier, faster. I just want to make sure I get glue in all those little areas. Could be because mostly everything is frozen in this room. So that is simply going on top of that, like so. I want all those edges down. I don't want them curling up. Oh, so pretty. And then we have our gorgeous butterfly, which I'm going to furl his wings out some. And we are going to put this one up on dimensionals. We're going to do one in the center. And then I'm going to anchor his wings down by using some little ones on each side of his wings, because I just don't want them, I want to give them some more support. Something is stuck to me. So let's pull these dimensionals off. The backings at least, not the whole dimensional. Would defeat the purpose, right? I mean, I stuck them on there for a reason. Oh, gorgeous. We need a rhinestone, and then we'll get this glued onto. So one of the marquee ones in the center. I'm going to do some of these wee little ones. Oh, too pretty. Just love it. Yikes. Okay. So we are going to, on the back here, we're going to add score tape here, or red liner tape, whichever you have to use. I'm using 1/8 of an inch in the center, and I'll just go ahead and use this. So I'm going to put a strip of this here, and then I'm going to add wet glue in there also. Remove the backings. Try not to poke yourself. So I'm gonna start by putting this on and in its spots. And then I'm going to add the back to it. There. So yes, it's going to open. Might need to really push that in. Sometimes you have to use the bone folder to get that to really adhere and stick. Now, I did think, see how it's stuck now? I don't mind that this is showing. It's better than what the first one I made for myself. It just works better. Trust me, it just does. So there is project, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Project 4. Our 5th project is a quick little one. We have 6 projects altogether. This one I don't have anything, measurements for it. I'm just going to show you. We are going to make a bookmark using a paper clip. And I did this on my last one. So what we have is a decorative circle punch. And then we have, let's see, I can show you them. I have them under my desk here. So that's our decorative circle punch. And this is the Label Me Lovely punch. I'm layering those up together. And then I'm using some circle punches, same ones that we just went over. I used those. So we're going to add some glue here. You can even do this trick. Kiss the two pieces together to share the love of the glue. Okay. So we're going to layer this one up there. This one right there. We're going to do the kissing technique again. Glue. Kiss them together. Share the love. We're going to add that there. And this circle there. And where's my other one? Because we're going to kiss them together again. And there's a circle. And there's a circle we want. It at least go in the right direction. And there. Now we're going to put these two together with dimensionals. So this one we're going to get a little bit, I like it to be kind of almost in the center. So making sure. Let's get a dimensional. Right about there. Going to add that in there, stick it in between the prongs there. Now I'm going to add some more dimensionals around this one. So I'm going to add another one here. They're really weird Stampin' Up, but they are from Paper Pumpkin. And we're going to add one more up at the top. Put our circles together, and we have a bookmark, and it works, or a paper clip. It's up to you, but see how that works? Beautiful, huh? Great idea. I love it. I do. Okay, and we need a butterfly, and we're only going to put one on here, and we're going to glue this one down, but we are going to add a rhinestone on it. Okay, let's see, because he needs it. He just does. He doesn't have a body without the rhinestones. So there is project number 5. Let's get on to project number 6. This is the gift bag. And this gift bag truly mimics the sketch pad. So let me grab that for you. So the gift bag. My gift bag size is 5 3/8 by 8 1/4. I got them at the dollar store. They came in a package of like 2. Next piece of cardstock is Mossy Meadow, and that's 4 1/2 by 7. Then I have a piece of Rich Razzleberry, which is 4 1/4 by 6 3/4. I have my piece of DSP, which is 3 3/4 by 6 1/4. And then I did another one of those ovals for a focal point and another one of the butterflies. So let's go ahead and get these glued together. I hear dogs barking. Probably barking at my grandson's video game as he's in there trying to beat zombies. So Next, we have our gorgeous piece here. And do I want to do dimensionals? No, we're going to glue that right down. We're going to just glue that. But I do want to make sure I get all the little edge pieces with some glue on it. So I don't want any of those like sticking up and like in transport of your gift get furled up. So we're just going to place that in the center, and I almost forgot we need to stamp on this. Oh, it's a good thing we're going to do this in one thing, right? We're not going to mess this up. So stand up, and yeah, the butterfly's not going to make a stamp in front there. It's just not going to happen. And once again, I'm using this here to go right in underneath the do. And being polymer, I can really see it, which makes it so nice. And it's gorgeous. Yes. All right, let me close up the ink pad because we are done with that. And I do want to do just a little bit on my butterfly. I have an extra butterfly for some reason. I didn't use him on something. But did I not put, well, I wanted to use the large one, but now that I did that, maybe this was my sample. Do I want to do the large butterfly or this butterfly? Do I want to do two butterflies? We're going to do two big butterflies for our gift bag. But before we do that, we're going to put this on our card base, on our gift bag, and I'm going to choose to use the red liner tape. Oh, wait a minute. It's for the gift tag. That's what the butterfly is for. We need that butterfly. Like, so I'm going to do 4 strips. No, we're going to do, I was like, I can put glue in the middle, but you know what? We're just going to put a piece in the middle and be done with it. So rub over it. My recycle bin needs to get emptied out. It's kind of overflowing here. All right. I like almost forgot about the tag. I have these gorgeous tags. All right. So there is, we are going to use the large butterfly like so, and dimensionals it will be. Boy, I wonder what that is all about. And I'm going to use, I'm going to anchor, it did it again. It's okay, I'm almost done with you. You are almost out of here. So we're going to add a bit on each side of the butterfly just to anchor those wings down a little bit more. And it did it again. Just making more little pieces for me to pick up. All right, so our butterfly, just gorgeous, just gorgeous. Where are the gemstones? We need quite a bit on this one. We need the central part of, ooh, do I put it? No, we're going to stick like we are doing the others. So there's that. Then we're going to use a large one down here and a little one up here. So pretty. Ooh, I cannot wait to show this to my girlfriend. Okay. Just love it. There is our gift bag. So we have 7 projects altogether, because we can't forget about our gift tag. So I have these gift tags I got from the dollar store. There's like 5 of them in a package. Let's tell you what size this gift tag is. 3 3/4 inch circle. So then I have a large scallop die in Mossy Meadow that is 3 1/8. A piece of a circle, layering circle die that is 2 1/2, and a layering scallop die that is roughly 2 inches. We are going to layer these up together, but first, because you gotta put the hole for the thing. So first of all, let me see, how did I do this? I knew that I needed to use my hole punch. Okay. We are going to glue this on first, and I'm making sure I got one of those scallops at the top there. I'm going to give this a second. I really want it on there well. And then I'm going to take my hole pokey tool, and where is my stamp and pierce mat? Down below. Turn it over, and I am going to poke a hole there like so. Then I'm going to turn it around. Okay, and it even has this little string that came with it. Now the trick will be getting this back through the hole with the cardstock on there, but it shouldn't take too much. There we go. So we're going to save this. There it is. There is our gift tag. So next is our rich raspberry circle. And our DSP circle. Now this is chalkboard paper, which is great because you could write on it with anything really, so I'm not going to worry about the back. But this is why we had our extra butterfly. So let's use up the rest of these. So one in the center, and then one on each side. And again, there's one, and there was a little piece left, just what I needed to finish off these projects. So there is our gift tag, and we need the rhinestones. To figure out, that one's gonna go right there, and then come on, little rhinestone, this one's gonna get 2 on the bottom half of his thing. So that is all of the projects for this video, and let's bring them all in. So we have our gift bag, our tag, which I'm going to go ahead and put on this side. So it's going to be just as pretty. I don't think that's going to work, is it? We're going to have to untie this and then tie it. Let's see. We're going to have to do it this way. No, I don't like that. Something is not going to work here. I'm going to get this on here. Give me a second, because I don't want to untake it out of the hole. That would be the easiest solution, wouldn't it? Just to stick it back through. But I don't want to. I just want to untie that knot. So I'm going to go like so. Then I'm going to take this and tie it onto my gift bag. I want it to hang down a bit. Then we'll trim the edges. There we go. So beautiful. Back, front. We have our sketch pad. We have our gift card. We have our bookmark. We have our candy tin, and we have our notepad. So all of these goodies, yes, all of them are beautiful. Just gorgeous. Hopefully they're all in camera and you guys can see what a gorgeous set of projects you can make with that dainty flowers. That is just beautiful. So I am going to do what I did with my other gift bag, and I'm going to show you this to you. This is the bag. I didn't do this one on camera, but this is the bag, and this is, I used the Dragonfly Garden, and this is, let's show you. Oh, my pen. We almost forgot the pen with the other one. So that one goes with that bag, which you guys probably can't see that. So the Dragonfly Garden is a journal, the gift bag, okay, a pen, the bookmark, and 3 other bookmarks that can be used in the journal. That I was offering and am still offering as a gift for someone who orders $50 worth of merchandise from me. The first person who I get notification from Stampin'Up for the celebration. This one I'm going to do the same thing. So this will be for the second person. Just my way of giving back to those who support me in my endeavors with Stampin'Up. So I hope that maybe you are one of them. And I will be mailing these out to those people when I get notifications. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are inspired to create more than cards with your paper products from Stampin'Up. Doing this kind of stuff is what I could spend all day doing all the time. I love making cards, but I love making little gift sets like this and giving them away to family and friends and keeping them on hand, which I am actually going to repeat these to keep on hand. So when my daughter says, hey, Mom, I have a birthday for somebody at work, I can say, here, I have something for you to give them. And it warms my heart to give them, and it does even more for me to create these projects. So I hope you feel that, and you feel my sincerity in my channel, and that you are willing to give me a thumbs up. You are willing to make a comment if you liked what you saw, and you are willing to share my channel, as that helps this channel grow and helps me to reach out to more and more people out there who enjoy paper crafting like I did. And I invite you to come back and visit me, of course, in my wonderland. I am Alice Seraphin, and come back soon. Bye-bye.